guys are watching Audiotree Live. Today is Wednesday, May 17th, and today in the studio with us we have Drug Church. Take it away, guys. live today in the studio with us. We have Drug Church. Sounds awesome. It's nice to have some Northeasterners in here with me, alongside myself. I'm from Connecticut. I think you guys are from, let's see, Patrick, you're from upstate New York, correct?
It's true. We've got 4 upstates, 1 Connecticut. So
Cool.
you got
One New Haven pizza lover.
Yeah,
I know that, right?
Don't you hide your New Haven pride.
Okay, yeah, that's about the extent of my Connecticut pride. I got a fun question for you guys. Open to anybody. 2-part question. What's the best band you've ever been compared to, in your opinion? Part 1.
Oof. Do we go for the funny answer and say like the asinine shit that people say, or do we go?
Do both. It's two.
Yeah, one of each.
Okay. On the flattering complimentary end, people recognize the Pixies riffs that we pilfer, and they say, "Oh, you got a little Pixies," and we say, "Oh, that's. I'm glad that's nice."
Very flattering.
But
yeah.
then on the other side, they'll take whatever's going on at the moment, don't matter what it is, and then combine it with an even more unflattering kind. Like, so they'll be like, "Oh man, it's kind of like you got those rap parts," and you'll be like, "There's really no rap parts, I assure you." And they'll be like, "It's kind of like Attila," and you'll be like, "It's." I also promise it's nothing like that. I don't know what you're hearing. And then, and for me personally, and this is me opening myself up in a way that I don't like to, when people know what your weaknesses are, they kind of can try to exploit them. When somebody uses the word pop punk, I like Hulk out, you know what I mean? Like I see red.
I completely understand.
Because there's a lot of different influences in the band. But I don't hear that one. You know what I mean? So like, and I get it. Everybody is just taking their frame of reference and applying it to you, right? Mm-hmm. So like for somebody, it's probably, Sparkling Wiggles or whatever. But you know what I mean? Like it's probably something I have no familiarity with. But I just try to nudge them gently into something else when the comparisons are so far off.
Sure, there's only so much you can do, but
yeah.
I guess that's kind of
as
fun.
they say online. I'm not here to educate you.
Right.
You know
Well, actually, I was going to ask what the worst band you'd ever been compared to was, but I think you kind of covered that. So instead, I am going to ask you
This
to
is
educate.
no shade on Attila, by the way.
So that's okay. That's okay.
We're huge
It's
fans,
just not
obviously.
you. It's just not you. Okay. So instead, how about for everybody watching, what should we be listening to? In your opinion, or what have you guys been listening to? You know.
Okay.
Like new stuff?
Sure.
Creative adult.
Yeah, you're better plugged in. Okay, so the dudes from Creative Adult, who are actually all super talented guys, have new bands. Spiritual Cramp is one. That's like some Modern Lovers influenced stuff that sounds really fucking sharp.
I can get down with that.
And there's also Fearing, which is equally clever, but in a totally different direction. Anything those dudes do, we'll fuck with. What else have we? Okay, so there is a particular Jesus Lizard video on YouTube that I direct everyone to. It doesn't matter if you're a fan of the band. I only like half the band's catalog, but I direct everybody there. Because
Okay, well, everyone knows where to go after this session.
Yeah, go to YouTube, and he's shirtless in every pic, but I think it's from Denver, if I recall. It might be Boston. It's the same place to me. And midway through the set, he exposes himself, which is really fantastic. He's got a good body. And then
he's got a good body.
Well, so the thing is, there might be some sort of sex appeal, right? Because he's got a chiseled body and he's nude. But then for like entirely too long, he squats like this and sucks all. It's transgressive. It's subversive because any sort of stereotype that you have about a lead singer needing to be attractive and all that, he dispels it by taking a mock shit on stage. And it's a perfect on-stage moment that I would direct anyone to.
Well, I can't wait to visit this.
Unless you are like...
Oh, I'm into it.
Not into the peni.
The multiple peni. You guys ready to do another one?
Yeah.
Cool. Let's do it. Audiotree Live, and we're in the studio with Drug Church. So I was perusing your Bandcamp page, and there's a description of your most recent LP, Hit Your Head, that describes the songs from the record as, quote, fired from your window tinting job songs, which I understand because like I said before, I am also from the Northeast, and that's what makes these songs relatable. I would have a window tinting job if I was still living there, probably. But the other description that I couldn't understand, I'd love for you guys to elaborate on, was the worst body on the beach music. What is the worst body on the beach?
I mean, none of us are male models, but it's kind of a competition currently who's got the wackest body in the band.
Okay, well, if you guys could have whacker bodies, what are some specific descriptive elements?
We got 2 potatoes. We've got 2 birds. You're doing all right. You're doing all right. But so we have 2 baby birds, no question, right? That's Chris and I. We both, these necks are thin. Mine, I like to pass off as swan-like. But both, Chris, fair to say you're a baby bird?
I'm Birdman.
The Birdman. So Birdman and Swan. Then we got Idaho and russet potatoes. You know what I mean? And then Nick is actually, you're doing all right.
Yeah, he takes care of himself.
You're doing all right. He runs. But the rest of us are in the struggle right now. We got the wackest bodies. It's kind of like, it's mystifying that anybody loves us.
It's funny that I could be alone on this, but you said Birdman. We were watching outside for like 5 minutes that VHS about the extreme sports or whatever, and Tony Hawk came up, and I like looked at you and looked at Tony Hawk, and I was like, oh my God, this guy kind of looks like the Birdman himself.
Okay, so I attribute that to whites with distinct noses.
That could be all it is.
You know what I mean? Like, because I get comparisons to every white with a distinct nose.
Oh,
it doesn't matter who it is.
I feel bad now. I'm sorry.
No. I mean, sometimes it's flattering as hell. People be like, you remind me of Adrian Brody, and I'll be like, that dude is significantly better looking than me. We just have big noses. That's literally our only point of comparison. But like, I'll sometimes even get a Christian Bale. That's absurd.
You're just like the white trash version of all these celebrities.
Yes, I'm the Kid Rock. I'm the Kid Rock Christian Bale, essentially, is what's going on here. So like, I get that comparison all the time, but I'll take them. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
there's worse dudes to be than Tony Hawk too.
Okay, so I also read that you guys started up the band with virtually no like crazy goals. At least, is it still something you guys are doing purely for enjoyment?
Now we're in it for the bags.
Nice.
Give us that cash.
Nice.
You know what I mean? give us those stacks. No, is it fair to say just people keep putting out our records? Yeah. So people keep putting out our records, and we take advantage of that and just say, oh, yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah, of course.
Now we're sitting around the other day, and we're like, should we go for the bags? Should we go for the stack? But we haven't decided if we're going to go for a misguided pop record or a misguided metal record yet to tank our career.
As long as it's misguided,
Yeah,
I can't wait.
You can assure it will have no solid footing.
Great.
And be a total disaster.
Awesome. All right, you guys ready to do
Call
another
us
one?
labels.
Cool. We're in the studio with Drug Church. Pat, our bassist over here, I have a question for you. Sure. We were talking earlier, and it got me thinking. I want to know what the weirdest gig you guys have ever played. You mentioned something about someone threatening to throw pee in Connecticut. Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Other Pat might be able to explain this a little better.
I feel like I've been doing a lot of talking.
That's fine. That's fine.
Some people, when they're young, don't understand that through the course of your life, you're going to date multiple people. And when you end up dating their ex-girlfriends, they get angry. And sometimes as a touring band, that can be a situation, honestly, because you end up in towns where people got a lot of friends and they're all worked up. And there was supposed to be a pee assault that day.
But it was an empty threat.
It was an empty threat. Maybe he'll still make good on it. There's still time. You know what I mean? Maybe he's biding his time, waiting for that moment, even though I'm not dating that woman anymore. But the guy, and this is not an invite to anybody who's got ill intent, because you're getting a couple swings on you before I go down. But the dudes are under, this is a democracy. I'm not in the habit of dictates, but I said, yo, if somebody cracks my head, you keep playing no matter what. Unless he starts waving a gun around, you just continue to play. If he splashes pee, battery acid, don't matter, because as far as visuals go, it's much funnier if I'm writhing around blind, like on the ground while the guys are just openly ignoring me. I think then stopping, because stopping, we know what happens. That's dull. Bands do that all the time. I think. What do you all right with that direction?
Yeah. Yeah, we're not even concerned with your wellness anyway, so we probably would.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I did say if they start stomping on me, if like 3 dudes are stomping on me.
Yeah, because we got another show the next day. So
correct.
We got to perform.
Correct. So,
but battery acid is cool.
This is not an invite, because if you come up to me on a stage, I'm swinging on you.
Okay, I didn't say
Anywhere
that.
below the neck.
If it should happen, don't expect the band to help me. You know what I mean?
Right.
The band is just witnessing. It's just another experience on this road to death. They're with it. So
I took my hat off.
Oh no, don't do that. So Chris has been getting regular shaves, right? Like he's been shaving, and now he took like what, 2 weeks off from that?
Nah, when I hit 26, it just started falling out.
No, I didn't want to put you on Front Street with your balding head. I was just saying that you stopped shaving your head recently.
I only buzzed it once because it was bad.
Oh, but is it good now?
No.
Okay.
Okay, on that note, you guys want to do another one?
Yeah, this is actually, I hope, a bit of a treat. This is a brand new song.
Hell yeah. Let's hear it.
Pressure, and you slip. New God puts his thumb in the petri dish. You did a sloppy fire. Set this world back here. You hold it.
watching Audiotree live, and we're in the studio with Drug Church. You guys do a really good job, in my opinion, of capturing what it means to grow up in some of the more mundane and bleak parts of this country. If you guys had or could give any advice to anybody growing up in places like that, what would it be? Because you guys have obviously made something of it in your own way.
Move to a better climate.
Save like $2,000
Okay.
and move.
Okay. Where?
Southern
Anywhere,
California.
St. Louis.
Southern
Not
Cal-
St. Louis.
I like where I'm from, so I'd live
Stop
there.
with your self-delusion.
Yeah.
It's
live
so
there.
scary to be around. So
and you're from Connecticut, Pat.
there's
All
a
right, that's
Timothy Leary quote where he says, "The source of unhappiness is being in the wrong place. If you're unhappy, move." Now, obviously, in our current climate, that's reductive. Everybody would be like, "No, I have a chemical imbalance that makes me depressed," which Timothy Leary's moving theory really can't address. But if you're just in a funk, if you're just kind of directionless, yeah, do what your great grandfather did and hop on a freight train across Canada, whatever. Just get the hell out of your space. For us, it was actively touring got us out of our space, and then you see a little bit more of the world and you can make an informed decision. But if you're a person that has only been from a shit town, is not content with that, and has only ever been on vacation other places for, in a controlled environment, in a space that is meant to be a fantasy, it behooves you to explore in whatever capacity. Join the Merchant Marines. I don't care. Just get the hell out of your town. If you want to come back, that's fine. That's a informed decision. You chose that. But if you just are hanging around Watervliet because you slid out of your folks there, that's worth reconsidering, I would think.
They say that I definitely agree. Like, you shouldn't run from your problems. You should try and figure shit out. But I ran from my problems and it worked out really well. So you can try it.
Yeah.
Okay,
it worked
kids,
for
run
me.
from your problems.
I mean,
Yeah.
what's the worst that can happen? Just they're
go
still
back.
there? Yeah.
Worst case scenario, I go back.
All right, you guys ready to do one more?
Yeah, this will be our final one, I think.
All right,
and,
yeah.
And thank you, Audiotree, for having us.
It sounds mad good. Thank you.
Yeah, anybody
Thank
got
you,
anything
guys.
to say?
Thank you.
All right.
Corey has a radio voice.
Yeah, look at this ZZ Top crew over here. They're not even stoned. This was just like a conscious aesthetic decision.
It's a bit.
It's a bit. It's a bit.
It's my favorite.
Yeah, so you guys asked us if we wanted any kind of visual milieu or whatever, and we don't have a projector. We're like, oh, we got all these pictures of dogs, but that was really all. And then Chris was going to dress as the Babadook, but that was pretty much the only stuff we had on tap. So the best you get is ZZ Top during their pincushion era.
I'm eating it up.
Oh, the Blues Brothers, not bad.
All right,
You
ready?
got the hat back on. Good for you. Confidence.
All right, let's hear it.
Nothing works. Roommates, plans. Nothing works. Man alone or church and stay. Nothing works. Nothing works. Man and woman, nothing works. So I tried man and man.
Thanks for tuning into Audiotree Live. We were here with Drug Church today. Thanks to our video crew and our sound crew. Check out Drug Church's most recent LP, Hit Your Head, on Bandcamp on No Sleep Records. And if you're in the Chicago area, check out their show at the Bottom Lounge at 7 p.m. Thanks for tuning in.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, everybody.